Thomas the Tank Engine loves working on his branch line. Annie and Clarabel are pleased to be with him too. However, they usually run late and the coaches become concerned. Sometimes they would often sing,
"Oh, come along, we're rather late. Oh, come along, we're rather late."
Thomas tried his best, but his wheels were moving as quick as they used to. Soon, he arrived at the station.
I knew we'd be late. What were you thinking, Thomas? We can't hang around on the line.
I don't know what's happening with my wheels. If either one of you were a tank engine, you would understand.
Well, I say, if that's what you think, why don't you ask what's wrong?
Fine, I'll do that. Thomas arrived at the fitter's yard and the workman inspected him. It looks like one of your wheels needs a replacement, Thomas. There'll be some more arriving tomorrow, so you'll have to stay here for the night. Thomas wasn't happy, but he knew it was for the best. Diesel was passing by and he could see Thomas. This gave him an idea. The next morning, Diesel went up to the carriage shed and was coupled up to Annie and Clarabel.
What are you doing here, Diesel?
Thomas is being mended, so the Fat Controller asked me to do his work.
The coaches were puzzled, but agreed, but they didn't realize that Diesel was making this up. Soon, Thomas's wheel was fitted and he could puff normally. As he went to the carriage yard to find Annie and Clarabel, they were nowhere to be seen. I know I left them here yesterday. Where could they have gone? Let's look around and see if they were moved somewhere. They looked all around the yard. But there was no sign of Annie and Clarabel. Just then, Thomas saw Sean. Sean, have you seen Annie and Clarabel? I'm sorry, Thomas, but I haven't. Try looking on your branch line. Good idea. I'll check there. Meanwhile, Diesel had already taken Annie and Clarabel and he came up to stop at Mayfield Station. Thomas soon came up puffing from behind and gasped. Diesel had his coaches! When Diesel saw Thomas, he rushed out of the station and Thomas sped after him.
Slow down, slow down!
You will like me better than Thomas. Diesels are not only revolutionary, but very fast.
I would much prefer to be with Thomas. Me too!
Don't worry, girls, I'm coming! Put them down, Diesel!
Never!
Soon they reached Farquhar Station. On the same track, coming in the same direction, was Daisy. The signalman quickly changed the points and sent Diesel, Annie, and Clarabel onto a siding. Thomas rushed over to the scene. Quickly, he went to get the breakdown train. Once Diesel, Annie, and Clarabel were lifted back on the rails, Thomas spoke to his coaches. Are you two all right?
Yes, we are. We're sorry we were cross with you about being late, Thomas. We just wanted you to be on time. But we'd rather be with you than Diesel.
Oh, that's alright. I still love you both very much. Meanwhile, the Fat Controller spoke severely to Diesel.
You have behaved very badly, Diesel. I will not tolerate any stealing on my railway.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Thomas was back to normal and he didn't slow down during his journeys. Annie and Clarabel were glad to have Thomas again, and they didn't complain about running late anytime soon.